In today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the mental diet. There were some subscriber questions on how exactly to use the mental diet. What do you need to do in terms of like changing vocabulary, using certain terms or anything? So we're going to answer some of those questions in this video, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anna Rebecca and I'm here with the intention to help you live the life of your dreams by breaking through your limiting beliefs, doubts, and fears so you can own your power and manifest a life that you love living every single day. If you want to work together one-on-one to figure out where exactly your limiting beliefs or blocks might be, we can work together so you can start manifesting the things that you want a lot more easily and effortlessly. All of that information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much to everyone for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so the mental diet. This is probably my favorite topic to talk about with manifesting because this is how you manifest. Your mental diet is literally the only thing that you need in order to manifest anything that you want. If you haven't seen my first video on the mental diet, I'll leave a link up here and also in the description box down below so you can check that out. But like I said at the beginning, in this video, I just really wanted to go over some clarifications about the mental diet and really kind of give a step-by-step, like how exactly do you start to implement your mental diet? Like, do you need anything? Do you need to do anything specific? So to do this, I'm gonna share with you my story and my example of like how I really started to use a mental diet to start to manifest the things that I want, because like I said, this is super essential and really all that you need. So basically, your mental diet is just your self-talk. It's how you think to yourself, the thoughts that you think to yourself, the things that you say to yourself, just really the thoughts that are going on throughout your head. And the reason that this is so important is because our thoughts and our beliefs are what manifest. The things that you tell yourself, the thoughts that you think, those harden into beliefs, which harden into facts, and that's what ends up manifesting into your reality. So it's really, really important to stay on top of your thoughts if you want to consciously create your life, if you want to consciously manifest anything that you want. It's extremely important to stay on top of your thoughts. I know that this can sound really exhausting, and I'm not gonna lie, the first week, I would say, at least that was the case for me, it is kind of like a challenge. It is kind of a little bit of like you have to really be listening in. You have to really stay on top of what's going on. But I promise you, once you start to do it more and more, gain more practice, gain more time doing it, it's gonna start to become second nature, and you're immediately gonna start catching yourself anytime that you start to think any kind of thought that could be a limiting belief or a doubt or a fear or anything that's stopping you from actually getting what you want. So it's kind of one of those things that it's like you have to put in the time a little bit at first, but once you do, literally sky's the limit. Like, you can have anything you want. So in order to start manifesting the things that you want, like I've said in previous videos, all you need to do is just kind of tune in up here. See what's going on up here. When it comes with regards to your manifestation, how are you thinking about it? What are the thoughts surrounding it? What are the things that you're telling yourself? What are the beliefs that you have around it? Tune into those things and see, are they in alignment with what you want? So like, let's say you're trying to manifest a job, but then you're saying, oh, but I can't have that job because I can't leave my current job, or they're not gonna want me there, or, oh, I could never have that job because whatever. I can't even think of the proper excuses to come up with because it just doesn't feel natural anymore. Like these limiting beliefs, like no. Take a look at whatever it is that you want. Listen in on the thoughts that pertain to that thing that you want. If those thoughts are not absolutely hell yes, that is mine, it's in the bag, it's manifesting, it's unfolding right in front of my eyes, I can have anything that I want. If your thoughts are not there on that level, where are they? What are you thinking? So it's really just having to stay on top of those things and making sure that the thoughts you think about your manifestation are aligned with whatever it is that you want. So before I answer some of the subscriber questions about the mental diet, I just want to give my personal example of how my mental diet totally changed my life around. Like, complete 180, complete change, like within a matter of days. So when I really started getting into manifestation, mindset, and all these things, like, I've known about law of attraction and The Secret and all these things for years. And with certain areas of my life, I have been practicing it, but I really started to dive in, actively using it last year. And it came at a time in my life when everything kind of seemed to just like fall apart right in front of me. I had a long-term relationship end. I was unsure about what I was going to be doing with my living situation, my job. Like, there was a lot of things going on that were just like super uncertain. And on top of that, like, I was just super crushed by this, everything in my life turning upside down. So when I started to implement my mental diet, I started using it for the purpose of building myself back up and building myself into the person that I wanted to become. That whole situation allowed me to really just take a look at like, okay, what is my life right now? And is this really what I want? Is this really where I want to be right now? What is it that I want? And kind of start to take the baby steps to make those decisions and be right here in front of this camera talking to you about this stuff. Having a YouTube channel was always a dream of mine, and I let so many doubts and fears and all of these things get in the way of me just turning on the freaking camera and doing this. So when I started to use my mental diet, it was to build myself up, start to rebuild my self-esteem and make myself feel better. I essentially started using the mental diet to put myself first and really start taking care of myself, because you're gonna find like you're the only one that really needs to take care of yourself and love yourself. So I realized that and was like, all right, time to get the work done. So when I started using my mental diet, I was using it with regards to my self-esteem, my self-concept, and how I saw myself and how I carried myself throughout the world. It was things like, I am good enough. I am worthy of having love in my life. I am beautiful. I have a lot of abundance in my life. I am surrounded by people that I love and love me back. Little things like that were the thoughts that I was just really saturating my mind with day in and day out. A lot of it was other like just self-talk about myself, my body, my appearance. I had a really, really negative self-perception of like what I looked like and my body looked like, which is just like, nobody should have that. We should all be embracing ourselves and loving ourselves for who we are. But this is basically what I used to just get me back on my feet. I started noticing after about 1 week, my life and my perspective and everything just really started to flip. Things just didn't feel as heavy anymore. Every day, the more and the more that I started to do it, the more I started to be in tune with my thoughts and really listen. Like anytime there would be one little thought coming in suggesting that I wasn't good enough or that I wasn't this or I wasn't that, I was like, nope, it's actually like this. It's actually like this. It's actually like this. And literally just stopping the thought right in its track and flipping it over to whatever was more productive, more positive, whatever made me feel better in that moment. And that's why I've said on this channel before, like, you don't need to be positive. You don't need to change and upper your life and be like Miss Positive, Mr. Positive, all peppy all the time. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is just choose something that is more productive and just better serving to yourself. So that's what I just continue to do over and over. And once I started to realize like, wow, this is really working for myself, and it was starting to affect the way that I saw myself, I started to implement it in all the other parts of my life. Finance, family, love, friendships, all of these other things. I started to implement it. And so anytime I was thinking about my career, things that I wanted to do, I would only choose thoughts that aligned with what I wanted. And again, it wasn't until I really got back in touch with myself that I was able to make those decisions to decide what it is that I wanted. But any time that I would think about that, or family, or love, or whatever it might be, anytime I would think about those particular things, it was always in best case scenario, everything's working out for me, this is great, that is great, everything always works out. That's all I would think about. And slowly, as the days went by, as the weeks went by, months have gone by, I've been taking notice recently, and I'm like, my life is totally different than it was a year ago. Like, completely different. And it excites me because I'm like, okay, it hasn't even been a full year that I've been implementing this, and my life has already drastically changed. What is it gonna be like 1 year from now? Like, I feel like I can't even imagine, like I have thoughts about what it's gonna be like, but I'm just, there's a part of me that's like, it's gonna be even bigger. So I just stick on that path. I hope that that made sense for you to understand like how exactly to use the mental diet. It's really easy. Like, you're basically just tuning into your thoughts, and then anytime any kind of thought creeps in that is not in alignment with whatever it is that you want, or it's positive or productive, you just stop it and flip it. It's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up. Trust me, I've been at this every single day for months, since like November, December of this last year. every single day been on my mental diet, and still I have thoughts creep in every day. Every day I still have thoughts, and that's okay. It's a daily practice, but you just have to like catch it, flip it. That's it. And don't beat yourself up about it whenever it happens, because it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, I'm doing this every day for almost a year now, and it's still happening. It's definitely gonna happen to you. It's almost like the thought comes in and you just kind of look at it like, it's kind of weird. No, it's actually like this. Just let it go. The thoughts can come in, the feelings can come in, the emotions can come in, and that's fine. And sometimes you're gonna feel them, and that's okay. You're human. We're all human. It still happens to me. But the thing is you can't dwell on it. You can't dwell on it. You can't obsess over it. And if you find yourself going down that rabbit hole of dwelling or obsessing, it's okay. Just stop yourself, forgive yourself, and move on. Choose the more productive or positive thing to focus on. So to answer the subscriber question about do you need like certain words or certain vocabulary or anything, no, you don't need to do anything. Like you don't need to use this specific word or this specific phrase. You don't need to do any of that. You literally just need to choose thoughts that are in alignment with whatever it is that you want. Whenever I'm actively trying to like bring something forth and really move something forward, for instance, right now, I'm manifesting that I'm fully monetized on YouTube and that my channel is booming and that my channel is growing rapidly. Those are the thoughts that I think about on a daily basis, and I stay in those thoughts. And I affirm those thoughts over and over and over. So you might have things in your life that you want to just put all of your focus into. Maybe it's your career, maybe it's love, maybe it's something. You can focus all of your attention on a certain thing, or what I prefer to do is just kind of sprinkle it all over. So yes, I focus a lot on my career right now because that's what I'm personally focused on, but also throughout my day, I have other thoughts. I think about my relationships with family, loved ones, friends, etc. And anytime I think about those, I'm sprinkling good thoughts, sprinkling good vibes. Anytime I think about the finances that are coming my way, sprinkling good thoughts. Anytime I think about my romantic relationship, sprinkling good thoughts. That's what it's all about. So you can use it in like a total life approach for everything, or you can just focus on one thing and just put your attention and your energy into that. Like with law of attraction, where your attention goes, energy flows. The biggest thing that you just don't want to do is no more affirming the reality that you don't want. Those are the thoughts that are going to start to come in, is reminding you of like your current reality and what's currently going on. No, you can't dwell on that. You got to stay focused on where you're going and what you want and what you want to manifest. Because this reality, like the reality that we're currently living in, this 3D world right now, it's all past manifestations, past thoughts, and past things come to fruition. So we're kind of living in this weird like time lag almost, because the things that we're thinking about and that we're focusing on right now in this moment in our head right now, those are things that we're gonna see come forth. So if you don't like what you see in front of you, you don't like what you see in your current reality, then don't dwell on that. Don't think about that. Just continue to affirm what you want to see, and what you want to have come forward. And then you're gonna stay in that and keep your mental diet on that, keep those thoughts aligned with that until you see it come forth. So kind of to wrap this up, the mental diet again is just stay on top of your thoughts. Think about whatever it is that you want to manifest and make sure that those thoughts are in alignment with whatever it is that you want. You cannot put any focus or energy onto the things that you don't want, because that's only putting energy into that and just continuing to perpetuate it. So if you catch yourself in that, it's okay. Forgive yourself, but just move on. Choose the more productive or positive thought that aligns with living in the end, aligns with whatever it is that you want, whatever your end goal is. I hope that this explanation provided a little bit more insight for the mental diet and just some more like tips and things on how to use it. If you have any more questions or you want me to cover any other topics or things like that, leave those in the comments down below. I'd love to read those. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please feel free to like it, comment down below, share it with somebody else, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want some extra resources on manifesting and law of attraction, check out the description box down below. I have some things in there that might be helpful for you. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.